Well, folks, it's officially here. Okay, the new Nintendo Switch has been announced. It is not what anybody was expecting at all. It's, as Andy Cortez calls it, it is one of those weird Nintendo decisions that nobody understands. Nobody knows why they've done it. It's just the way they are. So, we're going to talk about this new Switch today here on the channel. They announced it while I was at work earlier. So, if this is your first time here, make sure you are subbed for more videos like this in the future. Let's talk about this. So, here we are on the official page for this new Nintendo Switch, as it is dubbed the Nintendo Switch OLED model. That goes into all the rumors about the new OLED screens. It's true, but it's not what you think it is, okay? It is not at all what you think it is. This is going to be available this year, October 8th, 2021, and it's going to be $350, which is just a slight bump from the current $300 price tag on the base model Nintendo Switch. It is unconfirmed right now whether or not they will actually decrease the price on the standard Switch. I don't really think that's what's going to happen, but this page covers all the specs. It will be linked in the description below if you guys are interested in learning more about it. So, meet the newest member of the Nintendo Switch family. The new system features a vibrant 7-inch OLED screen, a wide adjustable stand, a dock with a wired LAN port, 64 gigabytes of internal storage, and enhanced audio. So basically what they're saying is that this is not running games any better than the previous generation Nintendo Switch. They just added a bunch of quality of life features to this particular Switch. Now, before I go in any further, I'm definitely going to say that this is a slight letdown. And it's not Nintendo's fault that this is a letdown. This is not Nintendo's fault by any means. This is entirely the fault of the community, you know, overhyping on some of the leaks and stuff like the OLED screen stuff. It's just a lot of fans got very excited, myself included. I've made several videos talking about a Switch Pro possibly being released. That this particular new Switch would be, you know, an upgraded version. That's not the case. This is like what the 3DS XL was to the 3DS. This is just a better, more improved version. So again, that's of no fault of Nintendo, and I think it's gonna be kind of sad seeing some of the backlash that they're gonna get for this. This is not something I think I will get myself, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Let's continue looking at the specs. So it's got a 7-inch OLED screen, which is bigger than the current Nintendo Switch, and an OLED screen is a lot nicer than the current Nintendo Switch. So you're going to see a difference in like the colors and the vibrance, like, and all that stuff. It's going to be much nicer than the current Switch model. And I think it's very impressive that they are only charging, you know, another $50 for this thing instead of an additional, you know, $100 or something wide like that. So then we move on to the wide adjustable stand. This is just a bigger kickstand because the kickstand on the base model Switch kind of sucks. So I kind of like the fact that they've just made the whole bottom part an entire kickstand on its own. I like that a lot more. You can move it to different angles. It's just way better. On the dock, there's going to be a built-in LAN port, which I think is fantastic. Now, I don't know if this new port is going to be able to, well, this new dock is going to be able to work with the previous Nintendo Switch model, but if it does, that's pretty nice, and it is a very clean looking white dock. It is very noticeably different from the current Nintendo Switch dock. I hope this works with the current Switch model, but it's kind of up in the air right now, especially considering the size difference between this particular Switch and the current model Nintendo Switch. But as someone who has, you know, a USB LAN adapter for their Nintendo Switch dock, this is huge having it built in. It's super nice that this is finally included. And I was just kind of hoping that the new Switch dock would have this regardless of whether or not it be with a Switch Pro or whatever the new Switch would end up being. They have also upped the internal storage to 64 gigabytes, and that's kind of nice as well considering the base model only has 32. And it's not a huge jump, especially if you're playing digital only games, but if you're playing exclusively physical, that's quite a big jump. Then we move on and we have enhanced audio. It doesn't really say a whole lot about it. It's just system's onboard speakers are better and you're going to be able to have better audio in handheld mode, which is cool, which is very nice. Most of the time I just play with headphones if I'm playing handheld, or I don't really care about the audio at all if I'm playing handheld, but it is a nice new addition. So then it goes in again to talk about the three modes. You got your TV mode, you've got the tabletop mode and the handheld mode, and then it talks about the Joy-Cons. The Joy-Cons are unchanged. As far as I can tell, the Joy-Cons are the exact freaking same. So not a big change there. I do like the white color for this particular Switch, but again, this is the same Switch that we have with a nicer screen, more internal memory, and a LAN port on the dock. That's really what we're getting here. This is not a significant upgrade. This is the 3DS XL version of the Nintendo Switch. Now again, this is something that Again, I was not expecting. This is just a weird Nintendo decision. As you know, the kind of funny guys always say, it's just a weird thing that nobody really gets. Nobody knows why they did this. I think it's a very odd choice, especially with all the hype around the, you know, Switch Pro being a potential thing and moving into this current generation. A lot of these games aren't going to be able to run on the standard Switch model. So I'm very curious how they will continue moving forward, but it seems this is our new Switch moving forward. Now, do I think you should buy this? If you don't have a Switch, I see no reason to not just fork over the extra 50 bucks. I see zero reason to not just get the better model, but you know, maybe you don't really care about that stuff. There is now 3 different versions of the Nintendo Switch for you to choose from. For me personally, someone who just bought 2 next-gen consoles and just got a new Switch recently because the old one was getting a little rough around the edges, I don't see myself buying this. I really don't see myself buying it because it's not really that drastic of an upgrade. And I already have 2 Nintendo Switch. I have my normal Switch and I have my Switch Lite, and I love them both. And this not being any significant graphical upgrade, I don't really see a reason for me to spend $350 on it. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below. I'm very curious hearing what other people have to say about this particular new announcement from Nintendo. But if you enjoyed the video and found it to be entertaining and helpful, leave a like and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. Be sure to head over and check out the Enter the Chat channel, where me and a couple of my buddies do gaming content like this all the time and talk video games and have a podcast and all that fun stuff. That is also linked in the description below if you want to check that out. Check out the Discord, where people over there playing games all the time, and check me out over on Twitch, TikTok, and all my other social medias if you're interested in keeping up with me, this channel, the stream, or anything like that. Like I said, that's it for this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one.